Good evening, everybody. Oh, good morning. Hello to the future. Hello to the past. Going to be doing this is a community challenge here. So, my chat room challenged me, or I challenged them, that if they get enough points, I would learn Rust and make an app. Guess what? They did. And so I'm going to have to. And we have the Ruist Rust first. Coco type. How you doing, buddy? So this is the one. We're going to do a Rust app. And heads up, if you think I'm any kind of expert, you've clearly never seen this stream before. But you also have clearly not paid attention because I don't know squat about Rust. But I've been reading and did a couple of tutorials from the awesome Rust manual, language book, whatever you want to call it, past few days. Now, we have many different ways we can do this. I'm tempted to want to use Z for this because it's there. But I'm also tempted to use Visual Studio Code because it has some great add-ons as well. What's up, this guy NZ? How you doing? So, give me 1 second here, and I'm going to find a magic button. Use Xcode. You probably could, right? But no. But you probably could. Hang on, I'm just looking for my... There it is. That is what I'm looking for. So, okay, we're going to do this. No idea how this is going to go, but that's going to be part of the fun. Apologies if this is going to be slow for some of you, but again, Rust and me, we've not met each other yet. But actually, I think what I'm going to do is, you can see, look, here's some that I've done. First thing I'm going to do is, hold on, we need to bring up the website so we can don't worry, I'm not going to just sit here and do the tutorial, but I've already forgotten how to do some of the basics. So we're going to start a new app here, and I have the tools installed, but just for those of you who don't know and are playing the game at home and want to play along, right? I do have Rust installed, and I've used the Rust up, right? I think I actually basically did what it says here. This read the book is what I have been doing. So hold on. We're going to jump right down here. We're going to make our new app. So folks, hey, I am sure there are those of you out there who know way more about Rust than I do. In fact, anybody at this point would. So I appreciate that what I'm about to do could be agonizing for you. Sorry. We all got to start with a day one somewhere. Now, the end goal here is I'm challenged with trying to make an Xcode project file creator, much like Xcode Gen, Twist, and so on. Clearly, that is not going to happen in this stream, right? Unless I'm that amazingly good. Read the documentation. Thank you. There you go. So we're going to start with some basics. Here's what I've got planned. At the very least, what I need to be able to do is run an app that's going to take some input. I'd like today's goal to be this simple. I'm going to create an app that can take some kind of input from the terminal and then store that in a file. I get it. I know that doesn't sound massively impressive, right? And yes, I could super easily do that in a whole bunch of other languages in a heartbeat, and I'm sure you all could too. But what that would give me, basic understanding of input and output to a file, which is what we will need to create, essentially, in the end, some kind of file that will be passed into the app, do all of its thing, and then output an Xcode project file at the end of it, right? So we're going to do a very simple version of this with the string, but that's the place to start, right? There's no point in setting massive goals that I will not achieve and just walk away from. We're going to start simple. And along the way, we may create some other useful programs. It happens sometimes, right? So I've got Cargo installed. So we're going to call this, we're going to create a new app, Cargo New, and we will call this, let's call this text writer. No, text file maker, right? You're going to set the goal of doing file IO in Rust. Have fun with that. Yeah, see? Already I feel like, shit, is that too much of a challenge? I can do input. I've done input already, so I can do input. Output can't be that hard, right? Right? So we're going to start simple and move on from there. Yeah. Kane H, how are you, my friend? How are you doing? 2 metric years. 20. They have subscribed for 20 months, currently on a 20-month streak. Look at you. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. By the way, note, I am on my Mac today, clearly. So stickers should be working, and I have added some new ones. Just want to mention that. And also, I want to give a shout out to Escamina, Mono, and Donuts, who I was just hanging out with in our Discord. And we were chatting away. So let me put that in the chat room right there for you. All right. I suspect Kane H probably knows some Rust. I just basing that on the fact that pretty much an expert at everything, but no pressure, right? So we're going to create this new text file maker here. It's not snake case. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hang on. Let's do this right. We should do this right from day one. It's a new tradition, right? So let's just call this text file maker. All kebab case, which is recommended for package names. All right. Jeez, I'm already okay. Well, we'll do it this way because I wanna get this right. It probably doesn't matter too much, but we're going to try and do this with no errors, no warnings, no nothings, right? Here we go. Okay. And it is as simple as that. We are going to open this up in, let's do Visual Studio Code, right? Why not? Welcome. Here it is. Let me know if the code is big enough or if it needs to be bigger. Hey, Adam Wolf. I'm always behind on one, right? Get your pens and pencils out, Adam Wolf. It's Rust time. Yeah. Although I do want to do a Fallout stream now. And also continue the Warframe one because I want to help people get their drops. So yeah. That'll be in the week. That'll be my week time, like, you know. How's it going? Well, I'm playing games. Let's thing is, if I make that's going to be too small for all of you to read, right? It's a bit small for me. Is that big enough for you all to read? You're learning for both of us. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, you're counting on me. Don't worry, I won't let you down. Probably. Maybe. You know. We'll see. Okay, so This is basically the descriptor for our file. Inside the source folder here is this main.rs. This is the main function that it runs, and very simple, right? Of course, tradition. Out of the box, we get our print line hello world. Let's get a terminal. Now, hold on. If I go, so there's a few ways you can do this, right? You can do cargo build, which is going to build it and then run it. But you can also do, so you do cargo build and then you do cargo run. But I think if you do cargo run, it will build it and run it. Here's a nice one though. Look at this one. Cargo check will check all of my source code before I go through the process of doing a build. Hopefully I don't have any errors, right? Because I haven't written anything yet. So cargo check is a good one. So like check everything before I go ahead and do a build. But if I do a cargo run, it's going to build it. See, that's why it's quicker to run that check and run it. And here's our string, hello world, right? So great. We know the tool chain's in and working. Yeah. Hey, Nutify, how you doing, buddy? Hey, I hear there's some some dusty iron to be found in this channel. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. Now, the fact that I've done this and run it, does that officially make me a Rust station at this point? Is that, I mean, are we there now? Can I ship it? Right? So we're going to skip on down. But I'll show you. So some folks may remember this. I forget. I think I was hanging out in this guy NZ. I think it was your stream, right? And I was saying about, oh, these variables, they're immutable by default. Yeah. Yeah, success. Ship it, right? No. So it turns out that by default, variables in Rust are immutable. So if you want to, change their values, you're going to have to make them mutable. That is important to remember because that is the opposite to what I'm used to. So it's not so bad. Again, the cargo check will tell you if there's an issue. So like, for example, this one right here, right? They create an X, let X equal 5. Then they say X equals 6, and it tries to run it and compile it and says, can't do that because you can't change that value of X after it's been created. However, it is a very simple case of putting in front, right, mute or mut. So mutable X is 5, and now we can change it to 6. Wow. Without issues, which then made me wonder, well, then why would you need constants as well, right? But I'm going to try very hard to remember to do all my constants in caps, which is something I am terrible at on any language. This is another interesting thing. I was talking about this too, shadowing. This is an interesting concept that I'm not sure I fully get. Now, what it is, you can create, I'll do my best to explain it from my limited understanding, right? So, let X equals 5, right? X equals X plus 1, right? However, then we go into some scope here, right? X equals X multiplied by 2, print it, and then print the output. Now, down here, you can see the output. What's happening is I'm trying to not tell myself, think of it as that it's shadowing is scoped. It's not what it is. You can essentially create a variable with the same name, and I'm going to try to choose my words very carefully here. It's not a copy of it, but it's allowed. but as soon as you go out of scope from where you're using it, it disappears and goes back to the original. So in this case, right, X is 5 in this scope. In here, an X can be a 6. Same X, right, can be 6, but then when you leave that scope, it'll go back to being 5. It is my understanding in a very limited way. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think that's where it was. Yeah. So that's interesting. Not sure I fully understand why that would be a beneficial thing, but I'm hoping I will as we get further into this. I'm sure, you know, big part of Rust is performance. And I'm sure all of this clearly goes into helping that. So for example, right, having immutable variables is great, right? Because it goes on the stack. It's a known variable with a known size, goes on the stack memory, right? Something that has, let's take a mutable array, right? That size could be anything. So it's going to go on the heap, right? And it'll grow and stretch and shrink and so on as it needs to, but it's in a different memory allocation, right? Because it can't be managed in the same way, I guess is the way I would describe it. And bearing in mind, there's no garbage collection in Rust, I'm led to believe. So clearly all of these things are important. We're going to have to be very careful how we manage this, but I actually think, at least for me, that's beneficial and will make me a better programmer, maybe. Because I do have to now think about these things and not just rely on a garbage collection to pick it up. So some of you out there will be like, oh, you mean like the old days? Yeah, I guess that's how I'm thinking about it. Right? So that's going to be interesting too. Now, couple of other things I wanted to point out here. So variables, data types, right? I've already gone through all of this. Functions, I think we all understand on this channel, folks watching, what a function is, right? You mean like the current days? Yeah, current days for some languages. Fair point. Yeah, we all understand what functions are, right? So, you know, hopefully that should be straightforward. Same with parameters on functions. So I sort of skipped on through here. Statements and expressions, you know, again, pretty familiar, right? So I'm sort of going through this maybe at a lower level than I should or normally would, because I'm looking for those gotchas that may be different in this language compared to the ones I'm used to. And again, it's like, okay, I want to learn this the right way, right? If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. So basically, that's those. Now, comments, of course, we're all familiar with comments, right? You know, control flow, again, all very familiar with this, right? We've got our if else. What I was looking for, though, I couldn't find if they needed to be exhaustive like they are with Swift. So I'm kind of assuming that they probably do, again, as part of the whole, Rust philosophy on keeping things tight and performant. I'm hoping that like this cargo check is going to be my educational tool as far as if I slip up on something like this, it's going to help me, right? So, that's what I'm looking for here. But they look like they're pretty straightforward kind of control flows that we have. There was one that I'm trying to find it here. Loops, of course, but there was one that I'd never heard of. You can also name your loops, right? So sure, that's probably familiar with you all, so that if you want to kill a particular loop, you can reference it by name. Oh, this was, ownership. Ownership is gonna take some getting used to. It's related, and again, folks, take this the grain of salt from what I've learned and trying to understand. Don't take this as a course on how to teach you Rust. I'm learning this shit, right? Ownership, though, sounds a lot like a form of memory management, but better. like for example, automatic reference counting, right? Objective C for those of you. That's my sort of where I'm used to it. It's like that, but better is my understand. So, it says it here. Ownership is a set of rules that govern how a Rust program manages memory. All programs have to manage the way they use a computer's memory while running. Some have garbage collection, right? Like we mentioned, and things like that. But this ownership, it says here, because ownership is a new concept for many programmers, it does take some time to get used to. Good news is the more experienced you become with Rust and the rules of ownership system, the easier you'll find it. I hope that's the case. This is what I was talking about earlier, like for the stack and the heap, right? A known size in memory versus a mutable, size can change, right? So one goes to the stack, one goes to the heap. I feel like we're probably all somewhat familiar with that. Current days for Swift even, fair comment. Hey Escamina, how you doing, buddy? I was here first, but I'm sure CocoTurb would abuse power to ban my message, so you remain silent. Deep down inside, we all feel that you were first. Okay. Ownership is what I've heard about and don't understand yet. Yeah, Adam Wolf. I think it's going to be, for me at least, I can't help. I think all developers do this. I don't know. You try to map everything to things that you know. And I feel like ownership is one that I won't be able to do it with, except in a very loose way of, it's memory management. And when nobody owns it, it's going to go away. But I don't want to educate myself wrongly and then make an association where there isn't one, right? I'm an adult and I still struggle with ownership. Perfect. There you go. Line of the day right there. Thank you, this guy, NZ. So let's take a look at this, see if we can work this out together, right? Ownership rules. So first of all, each value in Rust has an owner. Fine. I think that's simple enough. There can only be one owner at one time. Okay. When the owner goes out of scope, the value will be dropped. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Okay, so did it clean itself up from memory? It's kind of the number one there, right? And of course, Safari keeps stopping I can't even watch my own stream because Safari is like, nope, gonna stop that right there. So I'm gonna assume the stream's going good until proven otherwise. So let's look at variable scope. Now that we're past the basic Rust syntax, I know that was quick, right? So we won't want to include all the, okay, so they're just saying, look, assume, something's in a function here. Fair enough. So S equals hello, right? Also, I want to point out, someone maybe can explain to me, right? So, let in Swift world makes it, okay, it's immutable. But if it's immutable by default, does it matter whether it says let or const? Just a question I have. So the variable S refers to a string literal where the value of the strings is hard-coded into the text of our program. Okay. Variable is valid at this point, from this point at which it's declared until the end of the current scope. Fair enough. So in that case, like for here, right? Hello. Oh no, I better do this the English way, hadn't I? Right. Hello, Governor. Hello, Gov. right? So S is in scope within main, but once we're out of main, well, I mean, once we're out of main, the program doesn't exist, but S wouldn't exist anyway, I guess, in this case, right? Yeah, scope is now over. Okay, right. In other words, there's two important points in here. When S comes into scope and when it goes out of scope. Yes, I think we're familiar with these concepts. That felt too easy, didn't it? Right? To illustrate the rules of ownership, we need a data type that is more complex than those we covered in the data types section. All right, give me 1 second. All right, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Three hours later.
Yay! We have sinking ships back. Yay, everybody! Okay, so let's get back to this. So Adam says, "Oh my god." Sounds like reference count always equals 1, then Swift memory rules apply. Kind of what I'm wondering, right? It's hard not to make these associations, and I'm still not sure if we're right or wrong. So, I'm just trying to get these basics down before we get into writing some code here. So, also, you'll see this everywhere, the double colon. And now, my understanding is the way this works is essentially you're calling like here the string class, and then you're saying this function on that class. I think that's what it means as far as these concepts, right? At least that's what I'm going with, which makes sense because when I was trying to get Swift language parsing working in Z, which is written in Rust, I kept encountering these double colons, and I'm like, okay, what? Now it all makes perfect sense. So, yeah, so that's what that's got there. So here, for example, they put it all together, right? Mutatable S is a string from hello, and then they're pushing this on the end, right? So it's not. I guess the push is the way that you concatenate on a string here. So that's interesting. And then when you print it, by the way, folks, sorry, I should have pointed out this here. These curly brackets follow the variable. If you've ever done like languages like say C# or something like that, for example, it's probably familiar to you, right? We do it in Swift too, right? You know, it's like, hey, we're going to put some value in here and here's the value, right? So that's that. Memory and allocation. I feel like I've covered enough of that right now to get my head around it. I'm expecting to get everything wrong the first time, first few hundred times. Here's an interesting one. Variables and data interacting with move. Multiple variables can interact with the same data in different ways in Rust. And immediately I started thinking, oh, you mean it's a reference, right? So let x equal 5, y equals x. Well, in this case, you know, y is going to be 5 because x is 5, right? However, when I went further down and started looking at these charts, and you get into these things, you know, it sometimes looks a little more confusing than it is, right? But sure enough, it says here, look, meaning we copy the pointer, right? The pointer, the length, and the capacity to where it is in the stack, because S1 has a defined, it's immutable, right? Now, you can't mix mutable and immutable. It doesn't work. And I think it mentioned it further down here somewhere. So you kind of do have to plan ahead a little bit and think it through. But again, it seems like this cargo check and everything else will help out. It does seem like Rust has really good explanations in errors to try and help you through the problem, which is nice, right? As opposed to sometimes Swift, where it's like, we think something went wrong. Good luck with that, you know. Yeah. So that's a thing, right? So variables and data interacting with clone. This is where, you know, it got interesting again. If we do not want to deeply copy the heap data of the string, if we do, not just the stack data, you use a common method called clone, which they'll get into later. And don't worry, I'm not going to go through this whole book here. I'm just sort of going through where I got up to, and then we're going to go apply some of this. So yeah, there's a stack only data copy, and then it's going to take me a little while to get some of this, because it all comes back around again to ownership. So Adam, looks like we definitely cannot avoid this one, right? Return values and scope. So this is going to be very familiar to us, right? So look, this one here is saying, hey, I'm going to return a string, right? Interestingly, this also opened my eyes a bit and explained some of the code I've seen before. You don't do like, you know, create some string and then return some string. Functions will return the last, how can I phrase it? Value, right? So you put it there, it'll return it by default. I don't think you even have to put it there, if I remember rightly. We'll see in a second. But you don't have to say return, then whatever it is you're returning, it will just be returned. The interesting thing there, though, means it can only return one. So that's something to think about. Implicitly returns the result of the last statement. Yeah, okay, thank you. You want to put it with fancy words. Which again means you've got to think ahead. So if you've got it, it's going to work out fine for simple data structures, right? But guess what? It does turn out optional tuples. It's a thing. So you know, there are ways of returning data types. So just again, you got to think it through a little bit, right? And then I'm trying to think. I think that's about as I did read through some of the structs to structures. I didn't get as far as enums and pattern matching, but I think I should have enough knowledge now, maybe, to start putting some of this together. So we're going to build a command line program here, right? And what I'm looking for, oh, actually, so let me have a look. Hang on 1 second. I did notice that you have to include some things, right? There's not a lot included by default. You know, if you like, what I mean by that is, you know, in Swift, you're like, oh yeah, import Swift, you know, or whatever, import Foundation. You get a lot of stuff. Not so much with Rust, it seems. And I think, again, that plays into the whole why it's good with memory and everything else. You have to intentionally bring in what you're going to use is sort of my takeaway from that. And standard was one of them. But this one here is not the one. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's the one I used. Hang on, let me let's just use this here, because if I go back to the guessing game, which is in the book, and we just open this one up. Yeah, so here, this is the one I was thinking of, standard and IO, right? So we are going to need that. And then while I got this open, we're just going to borrow stake. Hey, this guy and Z, we're going to stake our code. Yeah. Escamina says, now I see why Rust is faster. It's because the reserved words are smaller. Yeah, 50% memory reduction on the word function. There it is. Yeah, I need to have a stake sticker, right? Stake it. I need to have like a code stake sticker. I have to make one, come up with something. So we do need to include our standard IO, get from standard, and we want the IO function, right? Now, again, let me check here. So I think, let me try this. Print. I know we've got to get used to using a semicolon again. So actually, let's say let input int equal, let's try this, standard in read line this bit, oh, actually, hold on. No, let's do it the way we did it before. So let's have, actually, we're not, so let's just do let imp equals string. It's a new string. It will need to be mutable. And then standard in, right? We're going to read line from our input. Now this bit here, this dot expect is error catching, and this is I think fair to say the most generic of them all, which is if anything happens at all, don't even bother me telling me what it is, blah blah blah, just say there was a problem. I think that's what that is, because you can break it down, but if memory serves, that is how that works. It's like the catch-all. And then we're going to print line. Oh, this is important, because we all know the exclamation mark from Swift. does not mean the same thing here. I'm trying to remember how to describe this. It is, what did they say? Rust's try. No, you mean the exclamation mark? Is that what you're talking about? I don't think that was it. Hang on, let me look for the official explanation. It'll be better, more precise than mine. As soon as I see it, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's it. Actually, it does mention the question mark here, so let me tell you what that one is while I'm here. Hang on. So I think it's to use to optionally access properties of objects which can be empty. So maybe, I guess you could argue it is some similarity there. But that's not the one. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I'm so stupid. I even made my own notes in Obsidian, and I should be reading them, right? That's what I should be doing. The exclamation mark means it's a macro. Functions. So if it's a function, it wouldn't have this. But if it's a macro, that's what that means. I remember. I'm looking at my notes here. Don't believe me? There you go. There's my notes. That's what it is. Yeah. Oh, the expect is kind of like a try for. Yeah, I guess it is. Well, no, because it's my understanding that the expect is basically the. I guess it is. Yeah, it's basically shit happened. That's what expect is going to catch, right? Because there are better examples of errors where you can break them down later on. But this is basically something other than a good result happened. Catch it, do that. So I guess it is like a try. Yeah. I guess that's fair. Yeah. So yes, sorry. This means it's that means it's a macro, right? Where's the read your own notes redeem? Yeah, I know. Seriously, that's why I made notes, right? Thank God I did, because clearly this is how much is stuck in my head. But let's do this. So you entered, and then we're just going to put in here. I think can I should be able to just put in. I think that should work. Let's find out. Yep, sorry. Let's go back to our right folder here. What I call it? Let's check for errors. Good, we've got 1,000 errors. Fantastic. Expected expression. All right, what did I get wrong here? Hang on, I actually have a note. I bet I have a bloody note on this too, don't I? Hang on. Aha, I didn't make a note on that. All right. Memento meets the crown. Diana tattooing important information all over her own body. Oh my god. That was a good film though, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Let me, so that's number one. And then unused import. That can't be a good sign. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to need to open up this file a bit more. Hang on. Rust and missing game source. Open with. There we go. Okay, hang on. Let me take this whole line here, compare it with mine. Oh, I put in. Okay, see, oh, it's such a stupid mistake. There we go. Okay, could not compile text file, make it a, okay. Types differ in mutability. How? What did I do? Oh. I think, see how that's working. Ooh, wait, is that true? True, okay. So, it didn't ask me for my input yet, but I think I made a mistake there. Maybe. No, okay, so I don't, it worked. Dang. Let's make this better. All right. We're going to put in here. All right. Sorry. You see how this is going to go, right? Let's do this. Yeah. Okay, enter something. Hello, Adam Wolf. Ship it. Isn't that an Xcode project file? No? You sure? Okay. So now, instead of putting this to the screen, or maybe we want to do this, we want this to go to a file. So this is where things are going to get interesting. Here's reading a file. Yeah, I mean, if it says Adam Wolf, it's a success, right? I gotta get more coffee. I'm gonna celebrate with more coffee. Be right back. I mean, these things practically write themselves, don't they? Yeah, next stop, endless hurdles. You know it, right? Should always celebrate. Say it with Titanic. Absolutely. It's not telling me who put the sticker. Oh, I missed it. So whoever it was, way to go. Okay. I'm tempted to skip ahead here a little bit and have some kind of file that would be our configurable file for the Xcode project, as opposed to some kind of input. Or I'll let the chat room decide. Do we start reading from a file, or do we go to write a file first from our string input? You tell me. Also, want to point out, Endless Hurdles Donuts has the highest score right now. The scoreboard reset. It's a valiant effort by a lot of people last week, though. Sad part is somebody in the chat room is probably thinking the code he just wrote is more successful than his Swift code. How's that possible? So which one do we do first? Yeah. Current poll. What's next? What does it say? Thank you. Read a file, write a file. That is exactly what I was thinking. Yep. Thank you. Oh. Don't feel any pressure that the code that we need for read a file is right there on the screen. Yes. Thank you, Coco Type. Thank you, Adam Wolf, for both thinking the same thing. And also, hands up in the chat room, who also thought there's no way Peter will get this far this quickly? That's fair. That's fair. Wah, 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 wah. I should just do Rust streams from here on out, right? Oh, it's looking a lot like write a file right now. Anybody else? I mean, fair to say, whichever one it is, we're doing the other one afterwards, right? We believed this whole time. Thank you, Adam Wolf. I'm glad you had confidence because I didn't. By the way, while you're voting, I want to mention I am currently editing the next Compile Swift podcast. I was talking with Giannis and earlier today, in fact, we were talking about, structured concurrency in Swift. We were talking about his work on the Swift server group and Vapor and Hummingbird and Hummingbird 2. So that'll be coming in the next couple of days. He did an excellent write-up on, structured concurrency in Swift as well. So it was a fantastic conversation we had. All right, write a file it is. Okay, fair enough. Write a file. Guess what? The next one's going to be read a file after that. The famous basketball player. No, close. Very close, but no. Give me 1 second. Hang on. Hold on. And actually, it's not. I'm going to paste it here because I know I'll spell it wrong. It's not pronounced how it's written. He is in Holland, and he was a fantastic conversation. It was really good. This is how you spell his name. I'm sure you've all, if you've done any Swift server related stuff, you will have absolutely heard of this gentleman. And this is the Swift server group, by the way, in case anyone's also wondering what the hell I'm talking about. But he's on the Vapor and on Hummingbird and a whole bunch of other stuff. Extremely knowledgeable. I know. Why was he talking to me? Why was he wasting his time with me? I know. Okay, let's do it. Writing to a file. Let's see if that's in the book. If it's not in the book, damn. It's funny that reading. No? File writing? All right. To the documentation. Okay. I see what they did here. Here's all those macros. There's print line. You have too many Safari extensions? There are a few, aren't there? Yeah. Standard FS file. All right, Escamina, thank you. Good job, Chad. We got him out of his prep. Stay strong in the middle game and we can checkmate soon. If only it wasn't true. All right, so I'm gonna trust Escamina, which I know is a huge security risk. Okay. But also, since I got documentation open here, is there a search? Yeah.
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet? See, the fact that it's not even listed has me a little worried, right? Okay. There's the module. File.
Hey, listen.
Oh, the Hey Listen's back. Oh, we missed you. We missed you so bad. I think I got where you were at. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Escamina, but I got there. Create a new file and write bytes into it.
Are we there yet?
Okay. Ooh, what's prelude? Doesn't that sound fancy? Or maybe I'm thinking of pralines.
Are we there yet?
We're nearly there. To write a file, use sudo rmrf. Oh yeah, totally. That's what I'm going with. Adam wouldn't lead me
Are we
astray,
there yet?
right? Okay.
Are we there yet?
Let's do this. So let's get adventurous, right?
Are we there yet?
Do I have to do it like that?
Are we there yet?
I'm feeling all of those emotions. Doesn't work in Mac. You can try.
Are we there yet?
Actually, wouldn't that part of the file system be protected on a
Are
Mac?
we there yet?
No? Okay, now, we're gonna
there
take
yet?
in. We're gonna,
Are we
let's
there
do
yet?
this. File data. Right?
Don't worry, buddy. You're doing fine.
You're doing fine. I'm gonna take a string, which is the file data. Right? Let's take this piece by piece. See if I've already screwed up. Yeah, I already screwed up. Oh. Not found in this scope. Oh, look. Unused import. All right, fair enough. Cannot find file type file data in this scope because, Peter, you're an idiot. Fair enough. Yep. Oh, look. Look. Wait, did I copy that from you wrong? Damn it, I did. Hoping I could blame Escamilla.
Are we there yet?
Okay, let's keep going. So, let mutable file. Oh, I'm so glad the stickers are back. Maybe. We'll call this. Let's call it xcode.txt, right? We're feeling hopeful. file.write all of file data. What's that okay mean? Anybody? I want to see what that does now. Gotta be something interesting, right? I bet maybe it's like a confirmation or something. I think I actually put that wrong. Hang on. Go back to your notes, Peter. Well, that should work. Oh, hang on.
Are we there yet?
Functions.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Something tells
Are we
me
there
Coco
yet?
Type's getting his script working. I don't know. Just a theory.
Are we there yet?
Just a theory.
Are we there yet?
Oh, stop it.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Oh, somebody stop him from doing that.
Are we there yet?
I've already lost what I'm looking for. Oh. Yeah, yeah, right, Adam? Yeah. Yeah, this guy NZ. Yeah.
Are we there yet?
It's funny till it just gets old, right? Chat room? Hang on. Functions. No, not functional. Function. There it is. What stupid ass thing did I do? Yeah. Oh, okay. This guy NZ, I totally read that as banana we there yet. My eyesight's fine. I don't know what you're talking about. Hold on. I've forgotten how to do this already. Rust function argument. It's going to be the same damn thing I just read. Isn't that what I did? Yeah, yada, 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 yada.
I am a banana!
But if I don't specify a type, that's going to be bad, right? Yeah, that's bad. Oh. Well, that might be embarrassing. Okay, moving on. Method not found in result Okay. File dot write all. Oh, is that B important?
I am a banana.
It really sounds like that sticker's saying it's the other way around. Thank you. Is it Wagafa? Did I pronounce that right? Thank you so much and welcome to the chat. I had a feeling as soon as I looked at it, I was like, you know, I bet I done something stupid. Thank you and welcome. Maybe the file line needs and expects. Well, I'm with you on that. And foolishly, maybe I just went with their example. Oh, wait. You know what, though? Hang on. I did miss something. Do I need to provide it an output, a return type? Is that banana audio from the rejected cartoons? Oh, I don't know. I don't think this is it. Oh, you know what though? You know what's stupid? Hang on. I still have yet to actually call that file, that function, right? So this will be. Is that going to be? I don't think that I could possibly be right here, but it did occur to me that I hadn't called the function. Found for enum result in the current scope. Bad second level page. That sounds painful, doesn't it? Help. A return type might be missing here. Oh, see? Thank you. Useful information. All right. Look at you, compiler, being all helpful. What? All right. No method name. So it still doesn't see the right all. Oh, actually, that one there is not. Well, actually, they didn't have it. Did I get it? Yeah. File, create. Yeah. Oh, whoops. I should have had that on there as well. Still don't know what that okay is yet, but we'll get there. Ah. Now, if I'm using standard IO here, that should give me access to write, right? Hey, Yanis, how you doing, buddy? Your ears must have been burning. I was talking about you earlier. I'm editing the podcast, but I haven't quite finished it yet. Yeah, long time no see. Yeah. I was telling everybody that we had a fantastic conversation. Can't wait to get it out there for everyone. It's almost ready. I've done the first pass of editing it, but I need to go back and listen to it again and just add the chapter markers and then put all of the, the notes together. Yeah. Hoping to still get it out. Well, I know it's nearly midnight for me here, but hoping to get it out early Monday morning after the stream. Yeah. But we are doing some Peter Learns Rust 101 here. Yeah. Okay, now what was he telling me? No method named write all. The method is available for file here. Items from traits can only be used if the trait is in scope. The following trait is implemented but not in scope. Perhaps add a use for it. So do I need to specifically say I'm going to use that one? I gotta say, these are really helpful errors, actually. Okay, all right. File expected found string. So yes, this is a string. Arguments to this method are incorrect. Well, that was bad of me, wasn't it? Oh, let's try this. Rust C, explain this error. All right. Erroneous code examples. I feel like that's what I write all the time, right? Yeah. Use standard IO gives you only the namespace IO. Not what's exported by IO to use functions. Instead, you now have to... Got it. I understand. Okay. I thought it was going to be like, hey, give me access to everything in there. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So I think I just got to fix up my problem here. So my problem is that this is the wrong file type, wrong variable type. Isn't this the day dash on? Oh, day 0. I guess it is day 0. Well, actually, no. Technically, day 0 was last week when I read some of the documentation, I guess. So let's think about this. If I didn't try to put the file data in there, is this my understanding that if I was to just go, well, see, I feel like because it's saying it expects, and I'll be honest, I don't know what this is, but it's obviously some. Is it UTF-8? Is that what it's? I mean. Because I guess what it's telling me, right? If I take this out and just put hello, let's see what that gives me. Interesting. So, okay, this actually helps. So it looks like that's important. To get everything into scope, you could write standard. Oh, I could use the star. Okay, but if you do that with a lot of namespaces, yeah, that makes sense too. Yeah. Yeah, Redream hydrated. Thank you very much. Well, I actually like it being specific because, yeah, why would you want to import a whole bunch of stuff you never intend to use if you can specifically go straight to the one, right? Yeah, Adam Wolf, these error messages are really helpful, actually, right? You was trying to make a giant unicorn? Okay. You think you can manipulate the size of the sticker? Is that what you think? Import struct foundation. Yeah, right. So it's nice and very efficient, right? I'm also assuming it takes up less space when you compile it, and certainly less. I don't know about less memory space. I guess the compiler would only pull in the parts you use. Is that fair to say? And it's too early in my understanding to know that. Hey, Clario-san, how you doing? This is Rust. Looks like C++. I guess it kind of does, right? But yes, it is Rust. Yes. We are rusting away. I feel I'm a rustation. I got something on the screen. I feel like my career is complete. But now we're trying to write to a file. Let me... Okay, so we got some warnings now. And I get it. I know it's telling me about that. Totally fair. But yeah, this is all very reasonable. Oh, look. Run cargo fix to apply suggestion. Is that like Xcode's fix it for me? But hopefully better results? Yeah. But no, I did figure out how to make all the stickers have targeted locations. Oh, okay, which is new. I did turn on location for all the stickers. I felt since you were having so much fun with it, but no resizing. I'm not surprised at the resizing because I think given that it doesn't ask for a size, does it? Or does it? I can't remember now in stream stickers if I specify a size when I put it in there. I'm not sure. Okay, so it's happy with this. However, what I'm wondering, and what I'm this is guesswork on my part. I can't imagine that's accurate. Okay, so one of possible 8 tokens. Oh my gosh. Can I find value B? Yeah, that's reasonable. So it is definitely this type, right? This is the problem. Type string. Help. Remove the extra arg. Oh no, wait. Sorry. Did I save it? I didn't save it. So do I need to convert to this? Maybe there's another one, another function. We'll look in a second. Catching up with the chat room. Yeah. I found little bits in here so far, Giannis, that lead me to like it a lot. And you found the only compiling tears sticker. Yeah. So let's take this. I want to understand this a bit more. How to write text. Oh, well, actually, you know what? I think I understand what's going wrong here. Now that I look at it, of course, right? I'm taking this input. Well, actually, yeah. So I'm saying this input is a string. Technically true, right? you know, this IO one here, where we get it, and then we just print it. Oh, you know what? It's not like something really stupid like I should have done that, is it? I, I can't imagine that's the answer. Yeah, because I'm not trying to put it into anything. I just want to get its value. If I'm rusty and I start programming with Rust, I get good at this. I think it helped. That's why I waited till I'm as old as I am now. I felt it gave me an edge. Just feel like it gives me the edge, right? You can't be a Rustation and be too young. I guess I'll do the joke. If I write Rust on the beach, am I a crustacean? I know. Don't even give it the time of day. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can. I feel like I've not read enough yet in the documentation, so let's see what it tells me. Oh dear, it's coming back with nothing. That's not a good sign. Someone had the same problem, and I don't think it was me that put this here. Bright light. You can use the go away. You can use the as bytes method. Or yeah, okay, so that's what it is. I thought it meant byte, but byte literal. Okay, so if I did something like output file string, I probably can concatenate this into one line, but let's do this piece by piece, right? File string equal, well, hang on. Would it be file data as bytes? In which case, you know, yeah, I get it. On the off chance that I've got this right, seems a little remote, doesn't it? But should have a snake case name. Okay, this is good. This is slightly better. May have an error variant which should be handled. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Okay, hang on. Let's fix these up again one by one. And yeah, wait, which one was it? Okay, I might have to come back to that one because I'm gonna have to look that up a bit. Unused result that must be used. Fair enough. But just on the off chance. Cargo run. Enter something. Hello, let's pick someone else from the chat room. Let's do, oh, Mono just got here. Let's do Mono. Yeah, Mono NZ, we're winning. Hello, Mono NZ. Okay, look. We got our xcode.txt, right? Look at that. Ship it. Maybe. All right, let's get rid of Mono NZ. He's gone. Okay, let's get back to these errors or warnings. So be my string makes it I think the B is basically saying that its type is a byte. So I think that that must be what it is. Mono NZ needs a lunch break. Did you just open Vim inside of VS Code? Technically, I opened Vim inside of VS Code's terminal, so it was even worse than that. How ashamed should I be? But yeah, I think, Giannis, I think that's kind of what's going on. I feel like that's a type, and I have not looked at all these types. Obviously, there's probably quite a few of them, but we got it writing a file, but I want to make sure we get a clean result here. So let's fix this issue. Let's see what's going on. Who uses Vim in a Mac? Actually, I use Vim all the time. True confession. Yeah. I use Vim all the time. It's just years and years of habit. See? Thank you. See? I'm not the only one. People far, far smarter than me use Vim. So I feel vindicated. Okay. So this result may be an error variant which should be handled. That is fair. Now, question is, how do I handle it? Where would I put that in here?
Tell me why.
I don't know why. So I know from experience, like we've got it up here, right?
Tell me why.
Do I just put it? Does it literally just go on the end? And we'll take a look in a minute because, like I say, there's better. Expect is very generic, right? We can totally get into the error, see the contents of it and everything else, as opposed to this. I just want to see if I'm putting it in the right place. That line is a little bit long, isn't it? I still think of Nutify every time I hear that scream. Not that I'm saying he screams. Or am I? Okay, so I didn't put that in the right place. What else do you have to tell me? Okay.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
It did, didn't it? I love that it has here though, that like, hey, maybe you want to take a look at this. This is great. I absolutely, if there's one thing I've instantly fallen in love with here, it is the super helpful check and errors. Okay. What sticker is that? It's totally not telling me what the sticker. Ah, okay. You have to get rid of the. Ah, okay. Now I don't know 3 commands in Vim, and I've used it for years. Yeah, writing your Git commit messages. Okay, you'd have to get rid of the question mark for the expect. Okay, thank you. And am I still pronouncing that right? Wgaffer. My question is, I don't actually fully understand yet why I'm putting that on there anyway. But is it fair to say that I can break the lines down like that? Looks like I don't have it in the right place anyway. Oh, so you know why? Because it's saying this return here, and I thought that would be covered there. Oh, no, it's here. Okay, I think think I've misunderstood this completely. I think it's saying here. It should be here, right? The return from that function. Problem saving the file. Yeah, it's an acronym. So double W gaffer or just gaffer. Oh, okay, I can totally go with gaffer. Yeah. Or V gaffer, whatever's easier. Hey, I like gaffer. I'm from England. I can just say gaffer. Beautiful, right? Here I hadn't. Okay, everybody can tell me now. Don't waste your points out of order. Don't waste your points. But had I read the documentation of the error properly, I would have immediately realized no, it's saying the return needs to handle it, right? Not here. I don't know what this okay is yet. I'm going to look into that, but we have a clean record. Yay. Yeah. We have a totally clean, for once, look, I wrote code and it's actually happy with it. So let's run it again. Right. Enter something. All right. Let's put in here. Thanks, Gaffer. All right. Gonna do Vim again just to annoy you all. Thanks, Gaffer. There you go. So we've actually achieved.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know it. We've actually achieved here what we need as far as not all the fancy stuff in the middle for creating our Xcode project file, but we have.
Are you winning, son?
Yeah, we have input and output, but let's now do the reading of a file so that, wow, totally shocked that this is working. I'm getting that false sense of hope. Don't worry, it won't last. So let's do this. Let's make a file, right? That'll be, and I should explain to those of you who are joining us. This is a challenge that was set by the good folks in the chat room on the stream. If they got enough points together, I would write a Rust application. I would learn Rust and write a Rust application. But technically, I've done that. That is not the complete challenge. The complete challenge, foolishly, I didn't set a restriction. So those of you who hang out with the folks in the chat room a lot, Gaffer says, awesome, I'm off to work and hope you'll like Rust and hope you'll have a good stream. Thank you, Gaffer. Thank you so much for your help and dropping by. I hope you have a good work day. I'm loving this. This is a lot of fun. And we're only just getting started. There will be more streams on this for sure. Yeah. Enjoy it. Thank you so much for dropping by. Create a 3D engine like Unreal 5. Close, but no. The second part of the challenge here is for those of you who are familiar with tools, and certainly the folks in the chat room are, Xcode, Gen, Toist, all of those Xcode project file creation tools from configuration. I foolishly let them challenge me into making one with Rust. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. So that's the end goal here. Oh, I missed the not. Yeah, print line application in main RS, and it's done right. Yeah. You slightly got it wrong. Actually, Escamina's right. You got the line wrong, Mono. Have you learned nothing from this stream, buddy? But this is the second part of the challenge. So that's why we need to be able to read in a file, analyze it. I don't know how the hell that's going to work. And create an Xcode project file again. Don't know how the hell that's going to work yet either. And then store that file. I don't know how any of that's going to work. Seems incidental, right? The fact that I got this far, I never thought this would happen. So I didn't really think it would be a problem I'd have to solve. See, he knows that print has an exclamation. So mono, the exclamation means it's a macro, right? So print ln exclamation means that print ln is a macro, not a function. So there you go. You can take that bit of knowledge. There's something that I've actually taught someone today. There's that. Yeah. Now, so let's just make a file. We'll call it. This is going to be our fake read-in project file configuration thing eventually. So we'll call it. Okay. We're just going to call it x_config dot purge. Right? I have no idea how this is going to go for stage 2, but we're gonna keep plowing on here because, shoot, in an hour and a half, I already have gone from nothing to file system. So okay, I don't even think it matters at this point what this stuff looks like. So we're just going to make up some kind of dummy configuration type thing, right? I don't even know what we really need it to look like. So let's just assume it's going to look something like this for now, right? Name will be my Xcode app. It's going to have a version number. I just want something to read in right now. That's all. 1.0.0, right? Let's just go with that for now. Because again, did not expect to get this far. Okay. Now, we need to read the contents of a file into a string. You can also use read. Okay, so yeah, this is totally what we need to do. What is this prelude thing? I'm fascinated by this now for no apparently good reason. Catching up on the chat here. Actually, probably Rust was made by Germans. That's why so much aggressiveness on print line. Oh, wow. He said it, not me. You're more worried about, okay, 1.00 is not a type. It's not anything at the moment. I'm literally writing the rules here. So, doesn't matter. Just does not matter. I love that you expect that somehow this will work, though. Thank you for the optimism. Yeah. So we'll keep going. What is... See, there's a prelude with a star, but we're just using file open here. So, hang on. Do we... We've got file already. New function. Look at that. It's going to mean 50% less already. Yeah. Right. Load file. Right. It's going to take file name. Was that a hydrate I heard? It was. Thank you. Thank you, Mono. Okay. We're going to take a file name as a string for now, because I don't know any better. And yeah, someone clean that camera. And then we're going to say... Oh, you know what? It's going to have the return, right? Hooded. Standard IO result, just like before. What one was that? Am I in Star Trek now? I gotta wait for it to catch up on the stream to say, ah, yeah, X-ray vision, yeah. Okay. So let the mutable file. We're gonna open. Now, for those of you paying attention, it doesn't have an exclamation mark at the end of it. So what does that mean open is? Look into you, chat room. It's bottled water. It is Texas bottled water. It's a bigger bottle, yeah. So no exclamation mark means what? Let's see if I've taught any of you anything. Tap water not good to drink there? Actually, the tap water where I am is rated as excellent, but I don't know.
Thanks for listening to my TED Talk.
Really? Nobody's going to answer the question? All right, so no exclamation mark means it's a function. There you go. So we're going to open our file. It returns a result type, right? So close, but no. Tap water is bad. No. No exclamation mark means it's a function, not a macro. So print line has it. That's a macro. This is a function. I want one of them fancy plumbed in fridges with water and ice eventually. I got one of those. You think you want one till you have one. And then you realize that every 5 minutes you got to unclog the ice machine. Trust me. Yeah. And you have to push a bunch of buttons. What type of ice do you want? No, I want water, not ice. Yeah, you want it with a fancy umbrella. Push the fancy umbrella button. So we're gonna open the file. We're gonna say xconfig.proj, right? Which does help to spell it correctly. Just saying. Okay. Where was I? Okay, so then let the mutable contents of the file be a new string. And then finally, file.read to string. Well, actually, I said finally, but it's not. Mutable contents. Okay. And then why do we put an assert? Is that an inline test?
I'm a firing my leg on.
What sticker was that? Seems a bit odd to you. What seems odd about it? It's all odd to me because I'm learning it. So, but what seems odd to you? Well, I guess, what did you think it was going to be to say that it's different and that this is odd? Is that even a question? Did I put that right? I don't get what that assert is, so I'm going to leave that out, and we still need to look and see what this okay is as well at some point, right? But I don't think we need this now, and I don't think we need this. Boy, look at me just deleting all this stuff like I'm super confident. we're gonna say let mutable file contents equal load file, right? Actually, it doesn't need the file name because we've given it. But we learned that it's probably going to want this. Right? And let's stop there and do a check. All right. I was expecting more than one error. The snake case, the semicolons, the use of string, different than what I'm used to. Well, yeah. I mean, yes. No question of that. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab myself another drink. All right. Yeah, so Adam Wolf, is that what this is? Because I still don't even know why I'm putting that in there. I'm tempted to take it out and see what happens. I don't know. Hey, Eskimina, thanks for hanging out, buddy. Good to chat with you in Discord earlier as well. Have a good one, my friend. But people love Rust, so I'm intrigued and don't want to dislike it. Just initially feels very... Well, yeah. So I do agree with you that it's very different, but I knew going in that's sort of what I expected, you know? That it would be something very different. And in a way, that's part of the reason why I felt like it was worth trying, because I would have to let go of, as we learned early on, some of the knowledge of how we do things in Swift. And that in many ways actually is what I like, is like, great, this is different enough that I won't end up confusing the two or trying to make one or the other language do what the other one does. So actually, for me, it's a bonus. Yeah. You think it's just to satisfy the return? Well, based on what I know, which is not much, right? Remember how I was saying it'll return the last value. So this is the last value. I'm thinking that in a minute we're going to strip these out and we'll find out, because it shouldn't make any difference to this unless it's just returning saying everything was fine, which I don't think it is, because or maybe it is, but at some point it has to be returning this data as well, right? On this one I get it, right? Because there's, well, I mean, here it would still return if there was a problem from this. So I don't know yet is the answer, but I'm very curious to know what that's all about for sure. Yeah. I'm constantly writing Kotlin is Swift and yell at Xcode when it shows justified error. Right. So that's what I'm thinking, right? For me, this is different enough. It's a complete mental shift. Like when I'm writing in Godot and I'm using the GD script, it is different enough that it's like my brain just goes into a different place and I'm not thinking or trying to write other languages, if that makes sense. Xcode's compiler can understand I've written Kotlin in Swift and will complain but not find its own Swift errors. Mono, you definitely need to check out skip.tools, right? I know you listen to the podcast, so I'm definitely curious to hear what you think about that stuff. Just mentioning that. Okay, so let's look at these errors. So we only got one, which is surprising, right? Expected result of expected one of 7 possible tokens. All right. Oh, look, I did it again. I only put in a single. Is it as simple as I just did a stupid thing? I love this cargo check, by the way. Check my code without compiling it. Okay. File.read to string. I did it again. Why do I keep doing that? And then the file, this one up here, does not need this anymore. And that should clear up my errors. I'm a bit more invested in the writing Kotlin for Swift iOS Mac than writing Swift Mac. No, I get it. I totally understand. But given that you have knowledge of both, I was just curious. Oh, look, we got some more now. Okay. This function takes 1 argument, but 0 arguments were supplied. Write file. Oh, Peter, that one should be there. Sorry. All right. Oh, yeah. Let's clear the screen, start again. All right. Mismatched types. Expected a string, but found bugger all. Okay, fair enough. Let's take this out for a second. Is that my only one? No, I don't think it was. Was it? Oh, it is. Okay. File, read to string, contents, yada yada. Method not found in file. The method is available for file here. Use, okay, beautiful. Thank you. There you go. I really love how helpful this checking is. Okay, this looks good, right? We got warnings, but we'll get there. Load file should have snake case. I've done it again. Look. Okay. It should just be telling me about this one. Let's go back now and do this. So what we're doing is we're reading the file in and saving it out again. But okay, it's a start, right? Catching up on the chat room here. Although Swift seems to be doing a bit like Adawada for GNOME, so it's all very hard to choose a path. I think I want to write something for GNOME in Swift. I think I want to do it at some point. If I learn enough from you today, I'll be forced to make my Rust API alerts library. Well, the good news is, there's not much chance of that happening. Actually, yeah, that's a very good use case right there, right, Mono? Stop inspiring me. Go back to your usual stream. Stop inspiring me. Just keep screwing things up. Sorry. Hey, you know what? Wait, this is not my fault. If you hadn't have all put the points in, I wouldn't even be doing this. See, spoiler alert, I'd probably be doing it. Okay. All right. So write file contents expected string found nothing. Okay, so let's take this out. Let's just run this, right? And then, you know what? I want to make sure that this is actually doing, it's actually loading the contents of the file. You know what I mean? So we'll just print it to the screen. Oh, okay. What did I get wrong? Yes, thank you. See, oh, it's so beautiful that it helps me. All right. Format argument must be a string literal. Your inline format, quote your inline form. Ah, yeah. See, oh my God, it's so wonderfully helpful. Practically writing it for me. Okay. Print line, cannot be formatted with the default formatter. Ah, I wonder if it doesn't. I wonder if I should just take. You know what? Let's do this. Let's keep it simple. Let's just start with this. Bring in a string, right? Ouch! Oh no! Okay, doesn't implement standard format display. Fair enough. The bad second level page. Bad second level page. The trait standard format display is not implemented. In format strings, you may be able to use, okay. For pretty print. This is a pretty print. Instead, this error originates in the macro. Isn't this pretty detailed? Okay, which comes from. Okay. Let's try it, shall we? What was that sticker? can't. Okay. All right. So let's do what it's telling me here. All right. Now hang on though. That's all well and good, but how do I use this? Tell me that. Why don't you? What does this have to do with? Okay, you know what? I'm sending myself down a rabbit hole here. Let's get rid of this. If it can't load the file, it should tell me there's a problem. Simple as that. Right? Okay, didn't print the error, so gonna go with an assumption that that was good. Okay, now back to this. Expected string. So from a write file here, it expected it to be a string. Oh, you know, can I print out the contents though? Will you be happy with that? You're probably going to complain about the other one still, but you know. Oh yeah. Sorry. All right. Not sorry. Let's just go back to this. Okay, that's a good sign. But I don't see it, right? File contents, but there's nothing there. Okay. I don't think it's loading the file. That's what I think. What do you all think? That's what I think. Let's go back up. Unused variable file contents. Because what did I not do here? Oh, okay. That's why. So Can I just send the file in here? Is that... Maybe? No. Unexpected argument of type file help. Yeah, remove it. Help is take that away. Take that away. Contents equals file. Don't feel good about that. Oh, see mono. Expected string found file. Fair enough. Because is there... Does it want it to be bytes? Is this the problem? No. I'm doing something very wrong here compared to their example. Okay, let's do it. Load a file using rough and convert contents to string. Ooh, what's read to string? Oh, yes. Okay. So, oh yeah. Please be the thing. Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Actually, don't need that now. Hopefully. Because I should be able to just put in there file and put in here file. Oh, okay. Let me file equals file. Method not found in result. Yeah. Use the to extract the file value. Okay. So look at that. It even tells you put it right there. Beautiful. All right. Read to string. An argument type string is missing. Provide the argument. Okay. Don't you love how helpful this is? Yeah. It's going very well, this guy NC. We have written to a file. We've taken input. We are now loading a file, trying to load a file, and then save that file. And that it will be the basic structure for starting the Xcode project creator. Because, dang, we got this far. Yeah. You know what would be a good first step to this? Reading the project file and spitting out all the custom build settings for Tourist. You know what, Mono? Hey, don't rule it out at this point, buddy. Yeah, this guy NC, things are going well, and this is fantastic. Look, it says, here's your problem. Here's how you solve your problem. You can't ask for more than that, right? It's so we just do this cargo check, and it says scan all my code for problems, and then it says here's your problems, right? An argument type of at mute string is missing. It's right there. Help provide the argument. Yeah, I did. Did I miss something obvious here? Did I not? Did I? I saved that, right? Did I not save it? If you can provide a good on-ramp, would help define the project, right? Yeah, when I get there, yeah. I mean, I don't know why I gotta put that in. I'm sure there's a reason for it. Did I? I didn't remove. Did I remove it? Ah. For starters, I should have left this in. Now let's go back to what it was. Oh, okay. We're back to our formatting issue. Well, okay. I get that. We are going to take that one out because we ultimately don't want it. This method takes on argument but 0 arguments. But I... Okay, I agree with you. But if I do that, you're still not going to be happy. Because now you're going to say string expected value. Oh, okay. Hold on. I think I get what you're trying to tell me. You know, actually, that is the same thing as there, right? I don't need that at all. that would be a string. That's what I think is going on here. Found struct string. Okay. Note string. Yeah. I do have this in place. Yeah, I do. Yeah, use unused import at this point. Fair enough. But we may still come back to it. We'll see. Okay. Expected value, but found a struct string. Oh, does I wonder if I have to create a gotta create a do I have to create a new string with that value? Not sure what that's gonna do. I may have just introduced another error for no good reason. Okay. I think I can just put in here file. I think. Type different mutability. An argument of type mutable string is missing. Expected mutable reference found. Okay. We'll take your advice. You've not led me wrong so far. Do I put in oh no, sorry, wrong one. File is going to be not even close, Peter. Mismatch types. Expected immutable file. Found something else. Yeah, but I mean, now I don't have the file. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Clario-san. Okay. Feel like I'm doing something. I'm missing the obvious here. I mean, I know you're telling me provide the argument, but Doesn't feel right at all. That's what it. Okay. Oh, hold on. Yeah, but when I put that in, you don't like it. Right? If I do this, you're not gonna like that. See? Ah, hold on. You're saying you expected a static string? Hmm. Kind of feel like it's supposed to say that, but oh, whoops. Have it the right way around. Okay, let mutable file equals expected one of async move. What? Where did that come from? Don't think I should have had that there. Don't even need any of that. Do I need any of that at all? I think I'd been here already. Hey, Adam Wolf. Have a good one, my friend. Thank you. My first Rust program. Yes, we will keep doing this. I feel a little bit more confident about the challenge now. Have a good one, my friend. See you later. I really should have gone to bed myself at this point, to be honest, but I want to get this working. Okay, let's go back and start again. Let the mutable file. Okay, file data, a type string equal file, read to string, the name, and right? We will literally take what they've got there. Oh, you can't, Peter, you just can't do that. Okay, that's fair. Type it correctly is a thing. Oh, okay, I see what I did. Fair enough. Okay. Now what I get wrong? Okay. Load file, expected standard error because of this. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Are you telling me that that would be acceptable? I'm not even sure why I'm doing that, but we'll get there. Okay. Unused imports, but no errors. Okay. Let's bring the right back into it. It's bound to bring the errors back. Yeah. There was a problem saving the file. Okay, write file, file content. Expected a string, but found nothing. Because what did you not do? That is going to return us a string. Actually, can I shortcut this? Seems bad, doesn't it? left something in here somewhere. There you go. That still seems a bit sketchy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good because that seemed very sketchy. But I think what we can do is say let mutable file contents of type string. It's going to equal, we're going to create a string new, right? So it's an empty string that'll go into here. It will be if I do this. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's fine. But if I say, look, I want you to load this content, right? File contents equals load file, expect expected string, but found nothing. Yeah, okay. But file contents is a string. We're asking it to load and return this string. So no. Maybe we'll leave this here and finish this off another day. Maybe I've reached my limit of good code for the stream. It happens. I feel like I need to read up on this more. There's a limit. My limit's normally very, very small. Let mutable file contents equals string new expected due to this value. Okay, file contents equals expected a string. Yeah. I feel like it's saying load file is not happening. I feel like there's no way for me to avoid this. I'm gonna have to somehow print this on the screen, and it's going to say about formatting. See? We'll take your advice. I trust you. Yeah, you still want me to solve that same problem, don't you? Okay. Let's just do that. Try and simplify. No errors, that's good. Lots of warnings, understandable. Ha! It loaded the file. Minor small massive win. Okay. So it doesn't have a problem loading the file there. Let mutable file data equal that. Are you going to have a problem with that? No, but yeah, okay. So you're saying you're loading it okay. Now what don't you like about that? Okay. Feel like we're getting closer. Cannot find value file contents in this scope. Okay. You're right. Because I renamed it. You are not wrong. All right. Write file, file data, expected a string, but found. Ah, okay. We have solved this problem before, haven't we? And we did it. I think we did it like this. I think. Okay. That actually sort of does make sense at this point, right? Try using a conversion method to string. Where would I put that? That doesn't. No. But I got a feeling you're not going to like something else. Yeah, see, try using a conversion method. I did. But not where you wanted me to. Yeah. Is that going to give me the same result? Cannot be formatted with the default formatter. Right back to that one. Doesn't implement standard format display. I get you. I understand. I believe you. Which is required by blah 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 to stream. Okay. I believe you. And you're going to need a format, aren't you? I know you are. I know that's what you're telling me. Oh, okay. I'll try it. Good old macros, they're everywhere these days. Hmm. It's not one, it's the other. I know that's gonna beat me over the head with that one, isn't it? Oh, jeez. Um, I feel like I'm going around in a loop. That doesn't feel good. You're not wrong, Mono. You are not wrong, buddy. I am still in the deep link nightmare. Yeah, you're not wrong. I'll figure it out in Swift one day. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense because I took it off of the other one. It makes sense that it might want me to put it on there. Now the problem becomes this. Yeah. We're right back where we started with this again, right? Which is now going to put me right back where I started on the other one. Mm-hmm. I get that you can't use, you're telling me I can't use that one, but I don't feel like it's really helping me much, this formatter here. Ah, wait. What about if I try this? Screen from that. And will that do it? Of course it won't. The trait blah 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 is not implemented for string. According to that it is. All right, no errors. Let's clean this up. Get rid of that one. Unused variable file data. That's not true though, is it? I should have put that there. I bet that gives me an error now. Yeah, you bastard. How's my Golang? Never used it. Remove the extra argument, but I can't. Okay, so that probably should be in there. But if I go back to this, it ain't gonna be happy. I'm almost certain. You get so close and then it's like, no. Okay. Ah. Convert it to a string separately and see if we can at least abstract it upwards. Okay, so let's think about this. I actually think I don't want to use this expect here anymore. This, I think, is the problem. We need to do a better job on handling this. Yeah, here we go. We get the okay or we get the error. Yeah. What is the primary use case of Rust? I don't know. I can't answer that question, I'm afraid. Okay, this is the one I was looking for. So, would you or can you use it as an API backend? I would think so. There is, I mean, I'm using it in a very limited way here. So, yeah. I don't see why you couldn't. Certainly never found anything to suggest you couldn't. Anyway, let me put it that way. Yeah, I hear Go used a lot for that as well. Yeah. Just doing something on my iPad here. Oh, my stomach. Okay, I do remember this, so let's do this. Yeah, match all of that, right? Let's get rid of this. And then we need to match them now. So we will have an error, right? Which will return, basically we're going to return a string. And then there's an okay. I don't know that F matters, but and we're going to return. Well, actually, we just want to return. Actually, no, we want to return that, right? Those are our two outcomes. Oh, okay. I get it. And then if let, look, there's an if let. If let error e. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to take those, save me typing them out, because I think they might just work for what I want. Expected to identify a found keyword. Oh, I put it in the wrong place because I'm an idiot. Match should go there. Okay, found a macro, a file. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. I've set this up for file writing, but it needs to be file reading. Okay, I get it. Okay. Oh, okay. Guess that makes some sort of sense. So All right, my brain has definitely done it for the day. We had massive wins here today, but I am calling it quits for now because my brain has gone to sleep and it's like 1:30 a.m. But we are going to keep going with this. We have had way much more success starting from basically knowing nothing about Rust to getting this working so far. So yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out with me today on this new adventure. We're going to keep going here, but I feel like I may actually be able to achieve the stream challenge. So that's awesome. And thank you for the follow. Raw Ready Pants, is that how I pronounce it? I think it might be. Thank you for the follow, but we will definitely keep this up. This is going to be a thing we keep working on because, hey, I was set a challenge. Got to rise to the challenge, right? It's what you got to do. So thank you, everybody, for this. We will catch up again very, very soon indeed. So with that, we are going to leave it there. If you would like to join our Discord, where we have all sorts of fun in there, our Dev Club Discord, there it is. I'll join you on a Rust adventure soon. Oh, thank you, Mono. Good luck with that. Maybe you should do Go, and then we can compare notes, right? I'll let you teach me. Well, we had a lot of success here, didn't we? Right? We took input, saved it to a file. We loaded a file. We've got that content reading in. We just got to get it to save it, and then we've got to do the fancy bit in between. It's yeah, just like old times, right? Yeah. Old times are pretty recent for us too, right? But thank you, everybody, and thank you for the new follows and the new folks chatting in the room today. Greatly appreciate it. Very enthused about this. I'm going to keep going with this. Rust is definitely interesting, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot of uses for this. I've seen some UI libraries out there as well, so we're going to look into that at some point. I'm just doing it on the terminal here as I learn the basics. When you had less gray hair, hey, you and me, buddy. When I had more hair to be gray, right? That's it, folks. We will catch you up in the next one. See you again very soon indeed. Have a great one.